Yeet! We all love chanting it. We all love seeing Jey Uso come out, walk through the crowd, and make his entrance. Some people say that's the only reason that Jey Uso is over, to the point where he has become World Heavyweight Champion. But if you look at the landscape of WWE, it's not looking so good for Jey Uso. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly what I'm talking about, because if you're a Jey Uso fan, you've heard the noise and you've heard the criticism. Jey Uso's not a good in-ring worker. Jey Uso's not a good promo. Jey Uso is only over because of a chant, a catchphrase, an entrance. You know what? It's true. But if you look at where WWE is going, there's something that is really, if you circle in on, it becomes obvious. And that's what I want to do in today's video, because we know that Jey Uso is slated to defend the World Heavyweight Champion GUNTHER for WrestleMania. And he's going to do so against Logan Paul. I know. Saturday night's main event, May 24th. Mark your calendars. It's going to be a very interesting show. And WWE, they took things up another notch. Well, what do they do by that? So in addition to WWE announcing that it's going to be Jey Uso, Logan Paul, World Heavyweight title, Saturday night's main event, we also know that Jey Uso has another title defense. We know, based off of this week's episode of Monday Night Raw, that Jey Uso is going to be also defending the World Heavyweight Championship. Because let's be real, no one anticipates Logan Paul beating Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. It would mark Logan Paul's first ever World Heavyweight Championship. That's not going to happen, right? I think we can all agree with that. So WWE, they went on a ledge and they said, okay, in addition to this World Heavyweight Championship title defense by Jey Uso against Logan Paul, we're also going to make a very interesting match. We're going to have Jey Uso versus GUNTHER Part 2. It's a rematch for WrestleMania. So they've already come out and basically said, hey, you're not going to get a title change come Saturday night's main event. Now, Logan Paul is there as a body, if you will. It's just simply a guy there for Jey to beat. We all agree with this, right? If you don't, let me know down in the commentary below. But it's going to be June 9th. It's going to be GUNTHER. It's going to be Jey Uso, World Heavyweight Championship. Can GUNTHER get his revenge? Can GUNTHER get redemption and beat Jey Uso? Or can Jey Uso beat GUNTHER for a second straight time? Can Jey Uso get past the ring general? Can he tap out the ring general? But here's the problem. What is the June 9th episode of Monday Night Raw? Well, that's the Fallout edition of Monday Night Raw from Money in the Bank. That's the post-show, if you will. John Cena, he was recently advertised for it, and it got me thinking, would WWE really have Jey Uso beat GUNTHER for a second straight time? Would GUNTHER really put over Jey Uso for a second straight time? Or are they just setting us up for a gigantic swerve? So you build up Jey by having him go over Logan. And then when it's Jey Uso versus GUNTHER, June 9th, Monday Night Raw, what if we had a cash-in? Think about it. It makes sense. You have a Money in the Bank winner cash-in, where it would be someone cashing in on Jey Uso. This would do two things. Number one, it would prevent Jey Uso from losing to GUNTHER. Number two, it would prevent GUNTHER putting over Jey Uso for a second straight time. It protects Jey because he gets screwed over. He doesn't get beat cleanly. He doesn't get submitted cleanly. He gets screwed over. Maybe I'm out of my gourd here. Maybe I'm not seeing things. But to me, that's a very interesting idea, a prospect of an idea, because it helps everyone. It protects GUNTHER from taking another L. It prevents Jey Uso from getting beat cleanly, and it also establishes a new champion. And if you've looked at the way that WWE has done Money in the Banks in the past, it's usually done to create a new top star, right? Now, don't get me wrong, there have been veterans, top guys win the Money in the Bank contract and ultimately challenge, sometimes win, sometimes lose for a major world title. But for the most part, it's been younger guys. If you look at that Raw roster, I don't know who would necessarily win Money in the Bank. The only guy that makes sense to me right now is Drew McIntyre. Because if you think about it, and I understand he won last year, but why couldn't he win again? Drew McIntyre is a guy who is on SmackDown. But I think if you look at it, they're not going to have Drew beat John Cena. And I think that John Cena is going to ultimately lose the undisputed WWE Championship back to John Cena. Or, excuse me, back to Cody Rhodes. So Cody Rhodes is going to go over John Cena. You get that. But I look at it and I go, what if Drew could go back to Monday Night Raw, and what if he could be world champion yet again? It's an interesting idea, right? And if we look at the situation like this, Jey Uso going up against Logan Paul. A lot of people don't like this match, and I totally understand it, but I want you to look at it like this. While yes, the idea of Logan Paul, a part-time star, a YouTuber, right, a boxer, a personality, whatever you want to call him, in my opinion, I think he has absolutely earned the right to call him a WWE superstar. He is in the spot that he is in because of his notoriety. He is in the situation in which he is in because of his name. But if you're a Jey Uso fan, or if you're just a WWE fan, you shouldn't have a problem with this. Number one, it gets Jey over. It gets him someone to beat. And it also puts a situation in which brings outside interest into the match, potentially. And you also get to see Logan Paul lose. So, like, if you look at it like that and you compile everything, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense to me. And I think it makes a lot of sense to wrestling fans. If you see it, okay, we're going to get Jey Uso defending the world title. Now, I understand he didn't have a title defense at Backlash. I have no problem with that. That card didn't need it. But you put Jey Uso defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Logan Paul in the main event of Saturday Night's main event. Well, that's an interesting prospect. Now, some will say, well, that's not going to be the headliner. Look at that tag team match, right? CM Punk, Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker. That's probably your main event. Even if it's not, it's still a big deal. Because if they're not main eventing, well, where do you want to be on the card? You want to be in the opener. And you best believe Jey Uso versus Logan Paul is going to be the opener. And then you'll get Jey and Gunther in the main event of Monday Night Raw a few weeks later. Hey, you thought we were done here. No. One quick thing. If you would, let me know your thoughts on this video. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did I get wrong? What did I get right? I'd love to hear your voice down below. Thanks for watching, y'all.